Hi, this is Brant from TradeGuild.blogspot.com, and it is actually the 22nd of August. It's a little bit late, a little past midnight. In any case, the market is pulling back a little bit, it looks, as we kind of expected it to do. And so far, nothing too serious. You can see I've got a chart of the S&P 500 up. Volume's pretty light on this pullback. One of the initial targets that I'm looking for is somewhere in this 1290 area, and as deep possibly as about 1280 back into this area. I don't have a lot of longs that I'm going to show you tonight, but I have a ton of longs in watch lists that are basing or coming off of bases, or have broken out of a base and are starting to pull back. So I'm hoping that we get a little more of a pullback. Ultimately, I do think, if you read my post last night, that the probabilities are, the chances are, that we take out this May high during the course of the summer rally. And I'm not expecting too much more from the market after that. I don't think the NASDAQ will take out the May high, though. In any case, I posted some long videos over the weekend or on Friday, longs and shorts, and on the short list, I'd say probably about 4 out of 5 of them were working today. Some better than others. Some were only up, 1% or 2, but some of them were up a good 4 or 5%. So I'm happy to see the shorts that we're picking are still working out. That said, it is a more bullish environment, and I think that if you have the opportunity this week to raise some cash and get ready to pick up some of these shorts or some of these longs on a pullback, that's a pretty wise idea, in my opinion. So let's go ahead and take a look at a couple of the long ideas that I have for you. The first one up is IHR, which is Interstate Hotels and Resorts, and this was on the blog August 10th and 11th. So let's scroll back and see what we're looking at there. Ascending triangle, you can see it here with the trend lines, and we've got this nice breakout from that level, and we're up nicely. And this is one of those stocks that looks like it's going to pull back a little bit. How much? I don't know. It is reasonable to expect it to pull back to this level, and I think it would be a fantastic buy right in there around 10.20 or so. I would not hold it below $10. But that being said, if this pulls back, I think it would make a nice add to, or a nice buy on a new position. Next up is SGEN, and this is Seattle Genetic Biotechnology. And this was on the blog August 14th, 15th, and 16th. And let's take a look at a weekly chart. And there we go. And basically what I'm looking at here is a possible or probable double bottom right here. And we also see a nice volume profile. As you can see, sometimes as a stock is heading down towards the end of that move before they go into a base, you get a swell in volume, and just basically whatever hands are left, the weak hands that are left, sell out, and it's capitulation. And typically we'll see something like this with this big volume here, and then we get this nice big green spike in volume here, which is signaling really the beginning of the new move. If we look at a daily time frame, the 50-day moving average in yellow, you can see is starting to flatten out, and that 22-day moving average has just crossed above it, and price actually pulled back to that today. So today was a nice entry on SGEN, and I would think that it would continue to be a nice entry so long as you can get it in this level of, around 410, 420 maybe. I probably wouldn't want to buy it much below that. Let's take a look at the indicators here for accumulation, distribution. And if we zoom out a little bit, you can just see money stream up here in red is just flying. It's actually in a relative divergence relative to this level, where price was way up here. Actually, price is much lower, but money stream is much higher. So this signifies a great deal of accumulation that's been going on. And it's also a leading divergence, as it's leading price up to the $6 level. That doesn't mean it's going to $6, but it is leading it. And We also see, as we were coming down and forming this base into May, June, and July, that TSV climbed above that zero line and has stayed pretty productive, even though we are in a sideways movement right now. So TSV isn't necessarily going to do what money stream is doing. But the third indicator that's kind of pulling this all together for us is BOP, which is showing a lot of buying in there. If we look at my little trend channel here, I wouldn't really consider this stock as trending, but I like the stop here that it's showing around $4, so I would probably go with that. Let's move along to URBN, and this is Urban Outfitters apparel stores. And again, we see this nice big spike in volume. This was on the blog August 15th, but back in July, July 5th, I said this is a stock you want to keep your eye on, more or less. I don't think I called it a long at that point, but I talked about divergences that were apparent on the chart at that point. And I'm not going to go through all of them right now, but we can see a couple here, such as MACD. So what we're seeing in MACD are these higher lows. We're seeing a profile that's ascending while price was descending, so that's a divergence, and it's suggesting that we're losing downside momentum. The bears are just running out of breath, more or less, and then we get this big pop on volume. So things look really good with URBN. A lot of these stocks in this sector have looked a little overbought, and we talked about shorting some of them like KSS, but I think this one looks pretty good. Let me take a look at this trend channel, linear regression, and you can see again on that volume day it just popped right out of this downtrend just like that. And also you can see TSV 18 here just moved up above the zero line. So all in all, pretty productive. My channel, my screen that I like to use for confirmation, a 10-day and a 22-day moving average. I used the crossovers there and a crossover of this blue indicator over its red and yellow indicators, or moving averages rather, and MACD and RSI. So I have RSI above zero, I have the crossover there and the crossover here. So for me it's a long. I would buy it anywhere to this 10-day moving average pullback, or even as deep as the 22. I'm not sure that we're going to see that though in this stock. So I would definitely have a stop below that 22-day moving average. Let's take a look at two more. I think we have time for two more on this video without having to go into the Google hell of uploading to them. And here's lava. This was on the blog the 14th, 15th, and 16th. Let's take a look at what it looked like back then. And what we were looking at was this basing procedure it was going through. Very nice base. And then basically what we got is this breakout. And the breakout occurred on good volume, as you can see. And we had a very nice profile in MACD. It stayed very positive up here, even though we're in a sideways consolidation. It's not always all that relevant in that case. Also, there's that trend channel in white. You can see we've popped right out of that, no problem. TSV is very productive over that zero line in TSV 18. And again, we have the long signal here. You could say, well, we got a couple crossovers there, but did we get a crossover that had confirmation with this blue indicator crossing over as it did here, plus RSI? We got one right there, but considering it's a sideways movement, not bad at all. Real quick, if I have time, I just want to update VPHM. This one's looking really good. You can see an in-depth video from Friday on this. But basically what I want to show you is the pullback that's occurring here. We have actually a Harami pattern right here, which suggests a reversal of some sort. I would look for a buy somewhere between 9 and 950. That said, going forward, I think VPHM shows a lot of potential. So I will be back with another video covering some shorts, and we'll go from there. See you soon.